Hey there. In this video, we're going to look at another application of linear functions, modeling with linear functions, and this time we're going to actually come up with the function based on the application. All right, so let's take a look. Here we have, once I get out of the way, here we have a problem about a carpenter producing chairs. Suppose the carpenter will produce 10 chairs if she's paid 300, and 15 chairs if she's paid 400. Find a linear function that relates the number of chairs produced to the amount paid to the carpenter. Relates the number of chairs produced. So if we're going to give a name to our function, let's call it C. C for chairs. Okay, so C of x. Okay. Now, what kind of function is it? It's a linear function. That means we can write it in the form mx plus b. Great. But now, wait a minute. What is x? Whenever you write down something, I know what c represents. C is the number of chairs. But whenever you write down a variable, think about what it means, right? What does the x represent? Well, it's the number of chairs produced at a certain price that we pay her. So it's the amount paid. So let's write that down, where x denotes the amount paid. All right, let's keep that in mind. Okay, now to find the linear function, they want us to determine what the m and the b are. Okay, well, m is the slope of the line, and to find the slope of the line, we know that's the change in the y over the change in the x. So we need points. We need a point x1, that should be a 1. X1, Y1, and a point X2, Y2. Can we get that up here? Well, remember, X is the amount paid, so that's these values. And the Y's are the values of the function. That's the number of chairs. That's why it's important that we write this down so that we don't get confused at this point, right? So the Y's are the number of chairs. So I'm going to take 400 minus 300. And the x's are the amount. Oh, no, Andrew. Read. Okay, the y's are the number of chairs. 15 chairs minus 10 chairs. Excuse me. 15 chairs minus 10 chairs. I'll just use CH for chairs. Didn't read that carefully. The x's are the amount paid, which is what I was just talking about. We wrote that down. So that's 400 minus 300. Okay. $400 minus $300. Okay. Let me get out of the way here. All right. So what do we get here? We get 15 minus 10 is 5 chairs. Divided by 400 minus 300 is $100. Simplify that fraction, you get 1 over 20 chairs per dollar. She'll make a 20th of a chair for every dollar you pay her. So if you only got $1, she'll be able to get a 20th of a chair. Great. All right, so B. That was part A. Part B. Oh, wait, we're not done with... I'm sorry, it's late tonight. I'm exhausted. I've been recording videos all day. We're not done. All we did was find the slope. We're not done. We still got to find B. Oh, man. Okay, we got M. All right, so our function is 1/20 x plus B. How do I get my B? Well, if you remember from a previous video, we did problems just like this. We can find B if we use information about the points that the function passes through, right? We happen to know that when she, to produce 10 chairs, she needs to be paid 300. Let's use that information. So in other words, when x is 300, she will produce 10 chairs, right? But what's C of 300? C of 300 is what you get when you plug 300 in for x. Okay. Well, what do we do here? Well, 1 over 20 times 300, so this is our equation we want to solve. 1 over 20 times 300 is 15, right? Because 20 goes into 100 5 times, but there's 300, so it's going to go in there 15 times. Yeah. Okay. All right, subtract 15 from both sides. And what do we get here? We get -5 equals b. So there we have it. To save space, I'm going to write it off to the right here. C of x is equal to 1/20th x plus b, which means -5. So there's our linear function. Fantastic. Okay, now we're done with part A. Moving on to part B. Okay, part B, what does it ask? How many chairs will the carpenter produce if you paid her 360 bucks? Okay. Well, remember what the function tells us. The number of chairs produced, where x is the amount paid. Well, now we're paying her 360, right? So if I want to know the number of chairs produced, that's C of 360. Let's see what we get there. Well, the function is this. 1 over 20 x minus 5. And here, x is 360. So it's going to be 1 over 20 times 360 minus 5. Go ahead and simplify that on your own. Pause the video. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. Okay, so if I'm dividing these, well, I can cancel the zeros, right? And then 2 goes into 36 18 times. 18 times 2 is 36. So this is 18 minus 5. 18 minus 5 is 13. And what are we measuring here? The number of chairs. She will produce 13 chairs if you pay her 360 bucks. Okay, let's go to part C. Part C, how much would you have to pay the carpenter to produce 25 chairs? Well, now we're asking, well, we're being told what the number of chairs is, right? And we want to know how much we have to pay her, so we want to know x. Okay, so we want to find x if the number of chairs she produces is 25. Okay, but what's C of x? C of x is 1 over 20x minus 5. So we're saying that 1 over 20x minus 5 is 25. So here's our equation. And we want to find x. Solve this for x. All right, so pause the video, and we'll meet you back here. So 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. Let's check our work together. What would you do? Add 5 to both sides. Now what would you do? Well, we want to get rid of the fraction, so multiply both sides by 20. That kills the denominator. See a denominator. All right, so x equals, well, 20 times 30 is 600. 600 what? Well, x is measuring dollars. So there's our answer. So if you want her to produce 25 chairs, you got to pay her 600 bucks. Okay, so I just wanted to run through that video with you. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.